Game of Thrones. It is finally over. Oh my god. Seriously? What are we gonna do now?
Nothing.
What are we gonna do?
We're gonna watch Westworld.
It's done.
End of YouTube channel.
End of everything. Just
after 6 episodes, that was fast.
Guess we gotta go back to our meaningless lives.
Well, I mean, my life had more meaning than these bad episodes of Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
So like, I'd rather not end like that.
Yeah,
Hey, there's still Star Wars.
Do.
Can you just do a zoom?
Just kind of like the Kill Bill, the
Yeah.
I really thought you were gonna do the like slow melodic version of the opening theme that they used when Dany walked up to the throne today.
Oh, you mean
That was really operatic and pretty.
Yeah.
Thrones, like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did he get stabbed?
But like really high pitched and operatic and
No.
everything.
Yeah.
No, not this week. Okay.
Not this week. So,
Hey!
guys, final episode of Game of Thrones Fake Nerds Watch. I am Ben Magnet. This is Ryan Eliopoulos.
It's me.
Sparkz Witty.
Sparkies.
We are here for the 6th time, the final time for Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Episode 6, The Iron Throne, has aired. We are recording this.
Burn to the ground, baby.
Oh, boy.
I would say, I didn't predict this episode, which
No.
I'm happy about.
Yeah.
I'm not happy with all of it, but I will say, after hating last week's episode,
Yeah.
I'm pretty okay with how this ended. If I'm being honest, maybe
No, yeah.
that's my hype way down, but
I would say satisfying.
satisfying.
That's for me. What about you, Sparkz?
It's not a nice bow, but it's a bow.
I don't know if I'm comfortable using the word satisfied,
Yeah,
but I'm all right.
yeah.
Yeah?
I mean, it's like bad sex is still sex. You know what I mean? No.
Okay, I don't know if I want.
I don't know
You
if
don't
I
want
wanna
to go
go
that
there.
far.
Bad
Okay.
sex is
I don't
not
wanna-
still sex,
Okay.
and that's okay.
Listen,
How
I
about
don't
that?
know.
How about
I
this?
don't
It's
know.
like, even if you get a bad pizza, it's still a pretty good pizza.
Isn't that the same thing?
I don't know. Don't use sex. Just use pizza.
Just use pizza?
Just use pizza instead.
Sorry, I was trying
Because
to
I've
make it
had
rated
some
R.
bad pieces of pizza, but I still finished that pizza.
Yeah.
Or at
Okay.
least finish that slice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, by that logic, is a bad Sonic video game still a Sonic video game?
Don't
No.
you dare.
the answer.
Don't you dare.
Because sometimes it's not a Sonic video game. Sometimes
Don't.
it's a car racing game with Sonic in it.
You.
Those games are good.
I know, but it's
Dare.
not a Sonic game.
Can we talk about werewolves real quick?
Can we talk about werewolves?
How about we talk about dragon?
Yeah, okay.
Or a dragon.
So yeah.
One dragon. There's no more dragons anymore.
This episode starts with Tyrion walking real sad.
Yeah.
He's a sad boy.
Start-
I feel like this is the third episode this season that has done this.
What, somebody walking sad real?
Tyrion walking sad.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe that's his thing. He loves walking sad. I don't know.
Maybe, possibly.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, he's walking through. He sees the ashes. Even John.
Oh,
sees
John's there and all them are
Yeah,
there too.
John
Okay.
sees the ashes and all this like. I don't know if it's ash or snow.
I
Cause
think it's both.
I think
It's
is
definitely
both.
snowing. It's definitely snowing.
It's there's precipitation of some subtype coming down, and
all the time.
yeah. But it's the horrors of Drogon.
Yeah.
It's like the complete slaughter, and then they finally you see Arya, which I thought Arya just got out of the city entirely, but apparently she's
Yeah,
still
that was
there.
that was a little weird.
Yeah,
The-
that-
the,
you
like-
caught that too.
No, that the end of the last episode was her riding the horse out, and then she's just walking through the city later. I'm like,
Yeah.
I thought she rode back to Winterfell.
Yeah.
I thought she just
Or
got
something.
out.
I thought a lot of people assumed that was Bran in the warging into a horse to come
I
save
mean, I never
Arya.
went that far, but
Yeah.
I did think that was funny. That it's like, hey, Bran got your Uber.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's maybe I just
even-
like that joke.
Not
yeah.
only that, when Tyrion and Jon and some Northmen were walking through the city, did it also look like that was where they were the whole time? Or maybe they just didn't go further in? Because I saw the gate. You could see the gates.
Yeah.
In the back.
Yeah.
And the opening that Drogon blew open to just fuck the Golden.
Well, I
Company
did
up.
get the implication that it was Tyrion's first time walking through the open gate.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yes,
After the
they
destruction.
went back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I can believe that. That's just a time.
That
limit
makes
thing.
sense because apparently she burned everything, so they would have had
Literally
to clear
everything.
out of the city because
Yeah.
she burned
Yeah.
everything.
Everything. It's kind of like that meme / pain where it's like, shit's on fire, yo.
Yeah. So yeah, after last week's episode, where Dany's full mad queen now.
Yep.
I think we all agree we weren't the biggest fans of that, but now that we're here, I like Amelia Clark's acting. Like her being the like
acting has not been the problem
yes,
this
no.
season.
Yeah.
This
yeah.
season, all the choices, acting has not been the issue.
That's true. That's very true. Yeah. So yeah, Daenerys is like, listen, I want to be a peaceful queen, and maybe I gotta kill a couple people. And Jon's just like, no, Dany, no, Dany, no. And then they have a sweet moment together on Zip Zip Zap Zoop. What are you gonna do?
Can we also talk about her flying around Drogon? So for the first time in ever, a Targaryen flag is over the Red Keep.
Yeah.
For the first time in decades.
That was some serious
That's looking real first ordery from Force
Yeah,
Awakens.
it was looking for real first ordery. Holy shit!
I was like, wow, this is really like rulery, conquesty.
Yeah, the Unsullied were there. The Dothraki were doing the Dothraki screaming, which I wasn't gonna try to imitate.
I appreciate you.
I almost did, and I was like, nope, stop.
You're fine.
But even Arya just looking up at the destruction of the Red Keep and
scene.
everything, it was really good. Her seeing Jon for the first time after this whole
best one of the best shots in the entire show, maybe.
Oh, I would say
the dragon shot.
Yeah, when
with
Daenerys is walking out of the wings, it's like she's like the angel of death.
Yeah, it was very spooky, and she gives a
awesome.
really rallying speech of like, hey man, like we liberated King's Landing. We're gonna liberate the world.
Dictator.
Yeah.
Like straight like
the war isn't over.
Yeah.
Like I thought this was the war to end wars.
It's like, girl,
your words.
She called it the last war.
Yeah.
It's like, girl, you did it.
Well, the war's not done.
Exactly.
What do you mean it's not done?
Everywhere needs to be liberated, which means everywhere needs to be burned.
Oh.
Yeah, fire equals cleanliness, right? That's how it works. I don't know. So yeah, no one's on board except Grey Worm. Grey Worm's loving it.
Grey Worm's
just executing dudes on the streets, and Jon's like, "Stop this!"
That was a really good scene.
Yeah. And Grey Worm lost his love. Like he's in it for the conquest, and he's like,
Grey Worm doesn't care anymore.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, Daenerys freed me. I fell into Missandei. I was gonna have a great life. I was gonna retire. I had this great retirement plan. Then Greyjoy came, took my lady, and then Cersei had her chop her head off.
Yeah.
So you know what? Kill them all.
Yeah.
Blinded by rage. Rage.
Yeah.
It's just like someone's like rage playing. It's like rage.
Yeah. So Tyrion and Jon are like, Jon, you need to go talk to your woman. She's we got some problems. And Tyrion's like, I need to go find my dead family, so I'm gonna go take a sad walk. I'm gonna take a longer sad walk up to the Red Keep.
No, yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Okay. Yeah, he walks up to the Red Keep, and then he walks through where he used to sit and
that was cool.
be the hand,
seeing
and
all
then
that
he walks
stuff.
down, and he's like,
seeing the map on the
my
floor.
Dead family.
Seeing the map on the floor, covered in rubble, is like a nice, like poetic look at the world. And and
then he finds Jaime and Cersei, who
covered under 7 rocks,
who for sure are dead.
Yeah, they're dead.
People who said they might have survived, they are dead.
I will say, like,
you know who you are. They're dead.
Ben,
sorry.
They know they're dead.
No, they know they're dead. This is a small nitpick. Like, it doesn't really matter to me, but like, more rocks. I know it's a silly thing, but like Tyrion moved 3 rocks and they're just there. I'm like, didn't they get like destroyed?
If there were more rocks, it would have taken a very long time for Tyrion to move them.
It would have. Maybe just don't do that.
We don't have time for that. There's only 6 episodes.
You're right. We gotta move 3 rocks and they're just there.
That line might be the whole problem I have with this season.
Yeah, 100%.
There's no time for that.
Yeah.
There's only 6 episodes.
Yeah. Yeah, and like
I think back to when we did the first episode of this, and we were like, "Oh, there's a whole lot of setup. I sure hope this picks up in the next episode." The next episode was a whole lot of setup, and it's like, boy, that was sure a whole lot of setup. There's only 6 episodes.
Yeah.
What's gonna happen?
Yeah.
And I think back on it, and I'm like, that first episode was really unnecessary.
Yeah.
You could have definitely taken a lot of the setup from episode 2, move that over to episode 1.
And episode 2 is the one we
keep
like,
episode
right?
3.
Yeah.
But that was because we thought a lot of those people were gonna die. So we're like, these are some good character beats because we're about to lose some of these homies.
Wow.
No, we didn't.
Almost all of them are still alive too.
And episode 3 could have stayed the length that it was and where it was.
Yeah.
But make that episode 2, and then give us a whole extra episode of this Cersei Daenerys stuff to show her Mad Queen evolution at least a little.
Because I like I said, like now that we're at the point where she is a Mad Queen and like that's where we're at with the story, like I enjoyed the things she was saying and doing. We got 20 minutes of it.
Yeah.
They didn't even give her enough time to be the Mad Queen.
She was done quick.
She was done like in the first third of this episode, and I'm like, the entire arcs have been about her journey.
Well, this was part of my thing is that I'm like, you can't really argue with killing Dany at this point because of what she did.
Yeah.
I have a little bit of a problem with the fact that like there isn't even a discussion when Jon has the moment with her about like they surrendered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, he's like, you burn children, and she's like, well, Cersei used them as a weapon. And I'm like, nobody is like making her address directly the fact that they surrendered and she ignored it.
Yeah. I didn't realize that until you brought up, like, that is a big problem. Because right before I saw the episode today, we rewatched my friends and I, we rewatched a little bit of episode 5.
Okay.
And we got to the scene where where the Lannisters surrendered, and you can hear people yell, ring the bells.
Yeah.
And there was
in the entire city, you hear it. Yeah.
And there was that shot of Dany on Drogon.
And she's like,
no, but it was a shot of Dany on Drogon, and she can hear them yell, ring the bells.
Oh yeah, she knows
even if
exactly
they were
what
yelling
she's doing.
the ring the bells, she knew the city was done.
She even said it, like
they were surrendered.
She they believed in Cersei, and that was their fault.
That's
such a misguided way of looking at
it. No,
yeah.
I had a conversation with my partner Megan after, and the fact that Benioff and Weiss in the little clip after the episode were like, you know, she really decided that moment when she was up there looking at the Red Keep. It wasn't something premeditated. But there's also Grey Worm, who's very much acting like he knew they were going to just ignore or surrender.
Yeah.
So it does seem premeditated on that end. So it's like they don't even really know what they were trying to convey with her.
Yes. So at first, like, when Grey Worm's killing soldiers in the streets, they're like, whose orders were they? They're like, they're Dany's orders. And Jon's like, a disbelief. So he goes to talk to Dany, and then it's true. Dany's like, we can't be merciful. And Jon's like, that's exactly what we need to be. You're the ruler of the world. You have to be merciful or no one's going to like you. And she's just like, gotta burn them.
Yeah,
but then he's like, oh, I know what's good. And he's like, but what about
that
the other people? The second she said,
yeah,
I know what's good, I'm like, oh no.
Oh, that was a really good scene.
Stop right there.
That was some, like, you do bring up X-Men The Last Stand, where Wolverine has to kill Jean Grey. And while that is very similar, absolutely, I do think it was really good acting by Kit Harington.
Oh, sure.
Because, like, it's the moment he knows he's about to kill his love. And he wants
to... his aunt.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's
just want to remind everybody.
Oh, Targaryens. But, like, the anguish in his eye... And he's like, I don't know what's good anymore.
Yeah.
Because, like, he's about to murder his queen. And I'm like, man, I don't like the way we got here, but this specific scene's worth it. Because, like, man, that is such a powerful emotion. And Kit Harington, like, he's always good, but, like Tyrion's been really good this season. Like, I think, man, Kit's killing it in this episode.
And straight with
killing it this episode.
When Tyrion walks up and you can hear during Dany's war speech, where she's like, you will liberate the whole world. But there's more conquest. The Dothraki are happy. The Unsullied are happy. And then when Tyrion looks up to Dany, she's like, "Oh, so you freed Jaime?" He's like, "Yeah, I did." She's like, "You committed treason." And he's like, "You still had a city."
Yeah, that was pretty baller. That was
like the second he just tosses,
he did a mic drop. Yeah,
essentially he's just like, "Bitch."
Yeah,
it's like, you said you weren't gonna do this. Now you're a monster. I chose wrong. Varys was right. God damn it. And he walks away.
Yeah. It's funny. Just like phrasing, like, Varys was my best friend. I'm like, best friend? Really?
Yeah, probably.
Best friend?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. They always seem like, you know, like, I just never like bros. Like, they're both like political friends. I never, like, best friend seems like a really strong word, but that's here and there.
Well, Varys did help him sneak out of the Red Keep after he murdered his dad.
That's true.
Not only that, Varys was always a person, like, on his side.
Yeah.
The whole...
To me, it seemed like Varys isn't a person who has, like, actual, like, real, like, best friends. Like, he's more, like, mysterious. But
if he did, I'd call it Tyrion.
Yeah.
Me too.
I guess you're right. Okay. I just thought it was an interesting, like... Also, I think it's just the writing, like, it's, like, a very, like, modern phrase.
You also think about, like, the fact that when he went to be with Daenerys, the only person he knew really was Varys.
Yeah.
And he was there for a long time.
That's true.
I think he would look to Varys as a best friend.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I do think it was a good line where, like, my best friend's ashes, and that my ashes will look onto his ashes. I'm like, oh, that's real sad.
And his ashes will be like, you done messed up.
Yeah. And I love how Tyrion is just, like, straight defeated. Like, he just knows I made the wrong choice. Like, I'm ready to die. I'm oopsie poopsie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
then Jon shows up.
And then Jon shows up and has that sweet speech with his lady, and then he stabs her in the belly.
So.
While kissing her.
Kissing her.
So I did not see that coming.
You will always be my queen.
Yeah, that's real sad.
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of wish she had something to say before she died, but, like, whatever. It's like, you got stabbed, like, you're gonna die. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. When I saw the stabbing, the second I heard the knife go in, the group I was with, we were like, ah! Because we didn't know who stabbed who. I mean, I
didn't even consider Dany stabbing
feeling it was Jon stabbing Dany.
Yeah.
I had a feeling, but the way the shot was at first, you couldn't really tell who stabbed who.
No, I mean, that's purposeful.
Yeah.
For sure.
which is fine because it's like who stabbed who, and then we saw the blood coming out of Danny's
Man, that would have
mouth.
been...
I definitely was sitting there going, if Danny stabbed John just now, I don't know what the rest of this episode is.
That would have been pretty interesting.
Yeah.
And then, but we actually just got Democracy 1.0 instead.
Kind of
Like 0.5?
0.5. Sorry,
Yeah,
we're not
0.5.
there yet. We gotta get
No, but the whole scene, even before
Who would let the people vote? What a dumb thing. The people
stupid.
aren't important.
But even the whole thing when John's going up to the like where the throne is, and Drogon just like shakes off all the snow and ashes off of him and stares him down.
Oh, that's awesome.
That was pretty sweet. And then when he finally flies in and like nudges Danny and
The Danny's dead corpse. Oh,
yeah.
that's so
Now,
sad.
I was thinking because you know how Danny can't be burned alive.
I thought I saw the same thing.
I was thinking that Drogon is gonna spitfire at John. John is gonna be completely unfazed because he's also a Targaryen. He has the blood of the dragon.
Yeah.
But
That's what I was thinking. But the second he shoots it straight on the side and then starts melting the throne, I'm like, oh, no one's gonna get it.
Yeah.
Is Danny pureblood Targaryen though?
Yeah, she is pureblood Targaryen, so it might not have worked.
So it might not have worked on John. Not to mention, like, her brother also could be burnt.
Yeah.
I think that's just a Danny thing.
Maybe it was just like a weird if you have the magic
Lord
gene.
of Light chosen Danny.
or maybe if you just have like the magic gene, you get it.
Yeah.
I don't think the rules are so firmly established that I also, when Drogon was doing the same thing, I thought he was going to.
I did too. I also thought that initial thing, and then I went, I don't know if that applies to Jon Snow because he's half Stark.
Yeah, you're right. Magic's weird.
I
Magic is
fully
weird.
expected Jon to get inflamed and then the Iron Throne to get burned as well, but it just Drogon knew Danny's last wish, I guess. So he's like, I gotta destroy this chair for some reason.
Well, I thought that Drogon saw the chair as like the thing that led to her death.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
this obsession with
Yeah.
this caused this.
Yeah. Does the beast like that have that much comprehension that a chair is that valuable? Do you know what I mean? Like really?
I think it was
like
they
a sense.
they treated Drogon as intelligent.
Yeah.
Up to this point,
Okay.
so
like every time Danny said Dracarys, he would breathe fire.
Well,
so.
yeah.
I mean that's
Like a dog thing. Dog, go sit. Like
no. I mean
like I'm saying, like Luna, go destroy the chair that I have a real dis hate for. Like it's a little.
no.
Less...
I think that they did imply that Drogon has a level of intelligence.
Yeah. Okay.
And that is my interpretation was that he burnt the throne because that was the thing that caused her death.
Okay,
Right.
I dig it. I'm into that.
Also, I kind of like how
Because it felt like rage.
Yeah.
Rage at that.
Also, I like how it was poetic that Aegon the Conqueror used Balerion the Dread to forge the Iron Throne, and then Danny, another conqueror,
this guy.
her dragon melted the throne.
Yeah.
Also, there was a nice callback to how the throne was originally supposed to look, with like 1,000 swords.
Yeah, there is. Now that you bring it up, there is a good line. I want to say in season 2, season 3, or maybe even season 1, where it's between Baelish and Varys.
Remember those guys?
Where remember those dudes. And then Varys walks in on Peter Baelish because Baelish is just staring at the throne, and
Being
Baelish
creepy.
well, he's like, and then Varys is like 1,000 swords of Aegon the Conqueror, and Baelish is like, that's not 1,000 swords. They're not even 200. I counted.
It's like
Just like, that's funny.
yeah.
Yeah.
That would have been a pretty dope throne, though, let me tell you.
Yeah.
So, excuse me. So, yeah, Danny's dead.
Yeah, Danny's dead.
Long live the new king, Bran the Dickless. It's Bran the Broken. Sorry. I can't get over how Sansa's just so mean. It's like, yo, he can't be the king. His penis doesn't work. He can't have kids. You got the democracy circle. All the lords.
Also, Drogon takes Danny's body and flies.
Flies off, yeah.
He flies east, so I assume he's going back to maybe Valyria or something.
Oh, Valyria.
I don't know. He's just going back to Essos probably. Who knows? Who cares?
Who cares?
That's the last we see of Drogon and Danny, obviously.
Yep.
And then we get to, like, Democracy 0.5.
Yeah, Democracy, the prequel.
Well, yeah, because Grey Worm brings out Tyrion, and Tyrion's, like, he's a little thinner. His beard's a lot more shaggier. Mm-hmm. So it's been a few weeks since Daenerys died. And the city's calmed down.
Yeah. And all the lords of
all the
lords of the world.
The main lords of Westeros show up.
And also Davos.
And why not? He was there.
No, I know. It's like...
And Brienne.
And Brienne, yeah.
Yeah.
And handsome Robin from the Eyrie, right?
Yeah.
The Eyrie?
Eyrie. Lord Robin. Lord Robin Arryn of the Eyrie.
Robin Arryn. God, he got Neville Longbottom real good.
He did.
In like 4 years, that dude became real handsome. Anyway. So yeah, they're like, someone needs to be king. Who should be king? And they just have a vote.
Choose one. Well, first Sam's like, "Hey, how about we let the people decide?"
No. First, a different dude.
What's
stands
that
up.
goober's name?
I know exactly who
What's
it
that
is.
goober's
I will
name?
tell you who it is. That is Lord Edmure Tully.
There you go.
And
Mr.
Lord
Tully.
Edmure Tully, son of Hoster Tully, brother of the Blackfish.
Yeah.
Who was the person who got married at the Red Wedding.
Yeah, he got
The nephew that the Blackfish didn't even care if they killed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was captured by the phrase for who
He
knows
was,
how long.
he was captured by the Phrase, locked away in the cell on his wedding night.
Yeah.
And then he was brought back last season
Yep.
to help the Lannister as a puppet for the Lannisters.
Yep.
To take back Riverrun because the Phrase there
Which didn't
lost
even
it.
work.
Then, yeah. So he's like...
No, it did work because Lord Edmure walks up and the Blackfish is like, "Don't open the gates," and the people up in the castle
that's right.
of Riverrun are like, "That's the actual Lord. He's still alive.
Yeah.
He's my Lord." And the Blackfish is like,
yeah.
"Are you freaking stupid?"
He was working with the Lannisters.
Yeah. And the Lancers waltz right in.
That's true.
So he goes in and
Jamie.
he's thinking, maybe I have some working stakes. And
Yeah.
then Sansa tells him, he's like, "Bitch, sit the hell down."
He stands up and he's like, "Ladies and gentlemen, this is the most historic moment in history. Let me tell you why I should be leader." And Sansa's like, "Dude, shut up."
You don't deserve the trout sigil on your collar, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, that was a real funny moment. Real
I mean, but
humbling
good,
moment.
great.
good for you for seizing your moment.
For like 2 minutes.
For a second, I was like, they're not really gonna go with this. And then Sansa's like, "Nah, sit down."
Some
Like,
awkwardly misplaced humor.
Yeah.
yeah.
And then Sam tries the whole...
Democracy line?
Yeah, he tries the whole, like, "Hey, why don't we let the people decide?" And then all the lords just
Everyone's
laugh
like,
at
no
him.
one would ever do... Even Sansa's
Well,
like...
actually, it's the more the older guys who laugh heartier.
Yes, they do laugh heartier, but Sansa even cracks
gives a smirk.
smile.
Yeah.
So nobody takes that seriously.
Yeah.
Nobody agrees
These all
with
might
that
be
decision.
nice, good people, but they probably still have a little bit of royal, like...
Yeah.
They think
They
they're
shit on the
stupid.
peons.
They think they're too stupid to make choices.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
We're not to the modern civilization yet.
Yeah.
So who is it Tyrion who, like...
Where
gives-
people are not too stupid
Well,
to
I
make
don't know.
choices.
No, I don't know. No, we're much dumber now. So Tyrion's like...
Well, they asked Tyrion, like, "Oh, I suppose you want the crown." He's like, "Hell no, I don't want it."
Yeah.
And then he does this speech of how people are united by stories.
Yeah.
And then picks Bran, whom I had no clue.
He technically... Because he's the son, right, of Ned Stark, so he would be the right choice, technically?
Well, also because he
for
has...
Winterfell.
For Winterfell, sorry.
Yeah, but
okay.
here's the thing. He has, like, he's the three-eyed raven. He's the crippled boy who learned to fly, quote-unquote.
That's a good line.
He went up to the wall and came back as a three-eyed raven.
Mm-hmm.
He's the world. He knows all the bursts, the falls, the rises. He knows everything.
I guess if you're going to have someone rule the world...
Or at least rule
Someone who knows
control.
all the mistakes of the past.
Yeah.
I'm not against that idea.
Yeah.
I can totally acknowledge that I'm just kind of underwhelmed because of the character portrayal on the show.
Definitely. Bran
this
is
entire
boring as
season where
farts.
he's kind of felt boring and at times completely useless.
And
then
he's
then
like
when
Doctor
he's-
Strange, where he could reveal something to probably save a bunch of people. Doesn't do it just out of...
And then when he's at the point where he offers the crown to him and he's like, "Why do you think I came all the way here?" And it's like, wow, I really don't want you to
what
be
a
king right
big
now with a
ooh.
response like
He's
that.
dude, you are cocky.
And
wow.
who does he talk to? He's like, none of this would happen. Like, I'm sorry for what happened to you, or whatever.
Oh, no, that's
Jamie.
John.
That's to
John.
John, yeah. And he's like,
Oh,
I'm
to
sorry I
John,
wasn't
yeah.
there for you. And he's like, you were exactly where you needed to be, which is his response to every time somebody tells him something. And I'm like, and with Jamie too, he's like, I'm sorry I pushed you up. Oh,
Right,
if you
that's
would
what I
have
was
pushed
thinking
me,
of, yeah.
if you would have
We
pushed
wouldn't
me,
be
I wouldn't
here.
be here. And I'm like, oh my god, you're so full of it. Get out of here. He's so
a-
boring. He's boring and pompous, which is like the two worst aspects of a person.
And also during the long night, during the Battle of Winterfell, this is him.
Morgan doing nothing, getting an aerial view of the
Yeah.
drone shots.
Yeah. That's it. That's
Yeah.
all he was doing.
Yeah,
It's like, what are you doing, Bran? Seriously.
So like as a choice, like I don't mind it, like the idea of the character and why they're making the decision.
Yeah.
Sure. It's just the portrayal this season has really
Been
soured me
lackluster.
on Bran.
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah.
like, I guess okay.
Yeah.
Like
So,
in season...
I can acknowledge that that's what it is. It's
Hold the Door was season 6 or season 5?
5, I think. Yeah, 5.
No.
6?
6. It was 6.
Was it 6?
Yeah, it was 6.
That was a while ago.
Yeah, Hold the Door was season 6.
Okay.
So that whole part where he was training with the Three-Eyed Raven, I'm like, okay, we got something good here. And then in
Years.
season 7, when he's like, just stone-faced, monotone, no inflection or anything. It's
Yeah.
just like, you're Bran the Boring now.
Yeah.
Which doesn't even make sense because the Three-Eyed Raven before him had personality.
Yeah.
Max von Sydow. Yeah. Yeah, like Arya, like they both have like these long arcs where like Arya's like it got to the Night King.
Yeah.
Like that's fine. Okay. Bran, why? What did he do? Like for reals? Really, what did he do?
It's like Bran gets the crown.
Well, again, if you take it from the angle of he knows everything that went great and didn't go great of their entire past.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good start for a neutral baseline for being king.
Yeah.
I can get down with that. I also just think the character in the portrayal has kind of sucked.
I agree.
So I'm like, meh.
I agree. Yeah. So they all vote for Bran.
But to be honest, I don't think there is anybody in that
Better.
area I would have been satisfied with the answer of.
Sansa?
Yeah.
Nope.
No.
Sansa Queen of the Seven Kingdoms?
Sansa-
I don't think so.
Well,
That's what I'm
also,
saying.
Sansa doesn't care. She doesn't want it because she straight up tells Bran, "It's like, yo, the North needs to be its own kingdom. The North is gonna stay independent." And Bran's like, "All right."
After spending like all this entire season being like, I don't want to be the Lady of Winterfell. Jon Snow's the king.
Yeah.
I don't.
Again, I wish like they destroyed the Iron Throne. Then actually, why don't you commit to that and don't have a king?
Right.
Why not be a democracy?
But then picking a king or queen in that little semicircle, I don't think there's anybody I particularly would have been like, about. So the fact that it's Bran is, I'm like,
he is probably the best choice. Yeah.
All right.
The most interesting choice.
Yeah, because Arya wants to peace out to the Western Waters. Oh, to the Western Ocean.
What's west of Westeros?
Yeah, it's against Arya's character. It's not going to be Davos. It's not going to be Brienne. It's not going to be Gendry.
No.
Dude,
I wanted Robin to go.
No,
we already got it with Ed Tully, and that's the one.
Yeah,
and
you're right.
Even that was
that's
too
the
much.
dumb move, and everyone's like,
It's also funny that Robin's even there. It's cool.
He's Lord of the Eyrie and Warden of the East, so he kind of has to be there.
Yeah.
Oh God, he's Warden of the East. Ugh.
Tyrion is made the hand.
Yeah.
And I actually like that because Bran's like, I don't want to be king. Or like, you don't want to be hand, I don't want to be king. Guess what? We're stuck together. Womp womp.
And Grey Worm's up there like, what?
Oh my god, Grey Worm's just having a pouty attack this entire episode.
Oh yeah.
I did like the exchange that's like, he needs justice, and Bran's like, he just got it. He said he's made a bunch of mistakes, and he's going to spend the rest of his life fixing them now.
Yeah.
I like that exchange.
And then, of course, he's like, it's not enough. And then finally we get a jump cut to Jon Snow, who's also in, like...
He's also been in prison.
Who's also in jail.
Congratulations, you're going back to the beginning.
Yeah! And they were like...
Full circle.
I kind of love, once again, another misplaced humor where Tyrion's telling Jon his fate. He's like, yeah, they're saying to the Night's Watch. He's like, there's still a Night's Watch?
Yeah.
I was asking that the whole damn season!
Yeah. Well, I mean, somebody's got to stand at that wall for no reason, right?
But they're not. They're going to go explore the north.
Yeah, they are.
Well, Jon and the Wildlings are going to go explore.
Excuse me? Free folk?
Damn it!
Yeah,
Don't
stop
be
being so
racist.
offensive.
Jon and the Free Folk are going to go explore the North, which I think is a...
And listen,
okay with that.
Honestly, anybody
hashtag
can go to
justice,
the north if they want.
justice for Ghost. Justice for Ghost. That's all I wanted. Like, it's like a joke, but for real, it's like, he got to pet his dog, and I'm really happy about it.
No,
Like,
I am happy about that too.
Yeah.
Him being with Ghost is like,
And also he's with his BFF Tormund.
yeah.
So
Tormund, like, he was containing the rage, but he's like, my best friend's back, hell yeah.
I know the one thing this episode needed to do to like totally turn me around on everything and make me go, all right. Well, I mean, there were bad things, but
Is it Jaime
great
and
show
Brienne?
overall. You mean Tormund?
Oh, you want Tormund and Brienne, yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
I did want Tormund and Brienne.
Or you can have Brienne.
If you had brought that into this final episode, I would have been like, you know, there's some misses,
Yeah.
but overall, huge hit.
Here's the thing. You can get a great finale like Tormund and Brienne being together, or we can get Brienne writing how great Jaime Lannister was and how much she loves him. Instead of her writing her own story about why she's now the Kingsguard and gets to write her own story and like a new chapter in history, she gets to write about how great Jaime Lannister is. And how he died with his queen.
well, I think it's the
His queen! Blah! Big blah!
I know everyone's going bleh,
It's a big blah!
bleh.
Yeah.
I know everyone's going bleh on that part, but I kind of like because Jamie,
Brienne?
thank you, writing it in the book because I think it was season 4 when after Jamie got his hand chopped off, he came back to King's Landing.
Mm-hmm.
Where this is where Joffrey was still alive. Joffrey was looking because that book that she was writing was all the servicemen of the King's.
Is there an opposite of Rest in Peace? Because, like, I want Joffrey to stay dead, so is there, like, an anti-Rest in Peace? Like, you mentioned a character.
Burn in Hell?
Burn in Hell? Yeah! Burn in Hell. B.I.H. Sorry, Ben, I just wanted to, like...
That's fine.
Sorry,
No.
Joffrey, B.I.H. Can we start that? I love that.
BIH.
BH.
No, but Joffrey was looking. He's like, "Oh, you're," because he was like kind of like
It
pointing
was
shots.
Joffrey who wrote that, right?
No, Joffrey, because the people write in the books of the Kingsguard when they have done great deeds or when they have done good things.
Yeah.
And Joffrey's like, "Oh, look how small your page is, Uncle Jamie. Yours is tiny. What's going to happen later?" Because that page of the book of the Kingsguard lists everyone who has served, be them Lord Commander or not. So Brienne, I mean, yeah, the whole stuff with Brienne and Jamie at first I was okay with, and then Jamie just pieced out. I'm like, bleh. But just Brienne kind of giving Jamie his due, like, yeah, he was a dick, but he did do some good things. I'm like, okay.
Did he? I would agree if he didn't completely revert last episode.
Yeah.
That's my thing.
Yeah.
Because he didn't die a hero. He died going to hang out with his gross wife.
Yeah.
Sister.
There you go.
Sister, mother,
Baby
brother,
mama.
baby mama.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah.
Bleh.
Gotta move those 3 rocks.
Yeah, like, honestly, the handling of the whole Brienne and Jamie arc and Jamie's arc overall kind of makes that a hollow gesture to me
Yeah.
Same.
that I don't really care about, because it's like, oh yeah, well, he died a great dude, and I'm like, did he though?
No.
Like, great, he fought in the Long Night.
I'm
You know
saying
what?
he did-
He would have died a great dude if he'd died in the Long Night.
And the
I'm
final
saying
line.
he did some good things.
Yeah.
Great.
No, sure.
He did a lot of terrible things.
He did do a lot of shit.
But, like,
Yeah.
the final line, like, I wonder if that's Brienne being snarky of, like, he died with his queen. Like, she's lame.
Which is also just petty and
exactly.
not in line with
So
the character.
either way, I don't like it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But one thing I do like, Sir Brienne being Lord Commander of the Kingsguard.
Yeah, having
That I'm totally fine
yeah
with.
the new what's it called like
Small Council.
Small Council. The
That's
new Small
Small
Council is super fun and interesting.
Yeah.
Like again, like I'm bummed the show's ending because I'm like, oh, I kind of like them.
Yeah,
I want them to hang out.
I want to see more of that. Like
Bronn ruling the world is like the best outcome for the show. Bronn is like he's the master of coin.
Master of coin.
He's the ruler of the Reach.
No, he's not the ruler of the. Well,
He's the Lord of the Reach, right?
He's the Lord of Highgarden.
Highgarden, sorry, Highgarden. That's still
Which is the
it's a high garden.
Which is the. Which is
that's Marjorie Tyrell's place.
yeah, her old place.
Rest in peace, my baby.
Rip.
I love you.
Except for Cersei, BIH.
No, BH.
That's gonna catch on.
Did we ever visit Highgarden? I don't remember.
We did.
Was it pretty? Was there a lot of gardens? And
Yeah,
I don't
That
mean
was that was when they killed the Mama Tyrell.
Oh yeah, okay.
Rip.
The real question: were there a lot of gardens?
I don't remember.
In the books, the gardens were supposed to be. There was like it's kind of like the old gardens of Babylon, where the vines were flowing over the castle walls.
That's cool. Okay.
So at least that's what I think it
Excuse
was.
me.
Oh, excuse
Just curious. Okay.
I remember because I remember when we did see it, we saw a bunch of green. That's like there's a bunch of green.
Yeah.
So there's a bunch of
Yeah,
gardens.
there was a
everywhere.
lot of green.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love the
So,
green.
I mean, I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Okay. So what happens next? I don't remember anymore.
After the small council meeting, like Tyrion sitting there, he tries to adjust the chairs, and everyone misses up the
Oh,
chairs.
that's a great little moment.
That's
So
great.
the High Council is Davos and
Davos is the master of ships,
and Sam.
Sam
and
is the Grand Maester.
Bronn and
Bronn is
Brienne.
master of coin. Brienne is Lord. I assume Lord.
Brienne's like,
Commander.
I'm gonna find a dragon.
Pods
Bye,
a night
guys.
now or something?
Pause a night.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Sir
And,
Podrick.
and Bran is like, I'm gonna find a dragon. You guys handle everything else.
That was like a 30-second meeting. Like
Well, also-
Bran gets wheeled in, dragon time, and wheels out.
Well, also, they're talking about Drogon. He's like, okay, because that's like because Sam's like, yeah, he's flying east, and Bronn's like, farther away the better, because I mean, dragon.
I don't want to deal with the dragon.
And then Bran is like, all right, I'll see if I can find him. And then they're trying to figure out like ships and coins, and also one thing Samwell gives the book.
Yeah.
A Song of Ice and Fire.
Wow, this is some Hobbit shit.
To Tyrion.
Hey, Tyrion.
I thought of John Carter and how Edgar Rice Burroughs is a character in his own book. And,
okay.
And he gets the book at the end and it's like, look, it's me.
It is pretty good.
Well, to be fair, in last season, the Grand Maester, the same actor who was, I believe, Professor Slughorn in the Harry Potter films.
Yes, you're right.
He was the Grand Maester of Old Town.
Yeah.
And he was saying that he was writing a book of
Jim Broadbent.
of the war. Oh, that's his name?
I think so.
He was writing a book of the war. He was writing the histories of the wars and conflicts after King Robert's death.
Yeah.
Which essentially what started this whole frickin' thing.
Yeah,
Isn't that cheesy? Isn't that cheesy that it's a Song of Ice and Fire?
It's super cheesy.
It's BS that Tyrion isn't even in it.
Yeah.
Is that not really funny though?
Nope, it's not funny. It's just dumb.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because let's see who
It's
defended...
it's dumb, unimportant humor that's like
Yeah.
Why?
Because
we all know how important Tyrion was. We watched the show.
Yeah.
Why are you trying to convince us that he wasn't?
I feel like I don't like it, but again, like I feel like that's like a joke that a lot of people are gonna like. It's like, wow, Tyrion was so important, and like, aha, he's not in the book. Like, I think it's gonna be. I think some people are gonna like that.
Well, you know what? Sam's just gonna write him in anyway.
You think so?
I'm pretty sure.
He's gonna add an addendum.
No, he's just gonna.
He's gonna do a final mix version.
Yeah, you know what? He's probably gonna. You know what he's gonna do? He's gonna sit down with Bran and he's gonna write the whole damn thing out.
Yeah.
You know what? You're touching on a larger issue I have, which is that Tyrion's never given proper due.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Especially this
like,
season.
yeah, he's Han, but it's treated as though, like, yeah, he's Han because he's such a mess up.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
even
he's a really important, good person who's never given proper respect.
Even he said himself in this episode, which I think he would never say like 4 seasons ago. He's like, I'm not as wise as I thought, and I'm like, no, dude, you're pretty smart.
Yeah.
I mean,
other than how they wrote you this season, you're pretty smart.
You need better writers than what you're given, because like the character of you are smarter than this.
Yeah.
And George proved that for 5-6 seasons. Yeah.
Yeah, Tyrion is the smartest, the most clever person. I mean, I'm only on book 2, and I've been on book 2 for a while, but even in book
3... Hey, George is on book 6.
So that whole thing felt like a kicking him when he's down kind of moment.
Him becoming the Hand again?
No, him not being in the book.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
When he's clearly important, and I'm like,
agree.
why are we even doing this?
I do feel that their intent was this is a post-ending, fun little, he's not in the... But
I'm
like,
sure
it
it
just
was,
didn't
but
work.
it's just as misguided as almost every other choice they made this season. So.
Very much.
If I may.
Very much.
Yeah.
Thanks, I hate it.
Yeah.
Then
Jon goes north.
Yeah, he goes.
Is that the final shot? Jon goes north.
No,
and all the Starks doing their things.
Yeah. So really leaning hard that this whole series was about the Starks.
Yeah.
Which the Starks played a huge role. Wasn't all about them though.
Yeah, it was.
Was it?
It is now.
Now it is.
It is now.
Is it though? Insert Thor face here. Is it? I'm happy with Jon going north. I kind of figured like that's where if he wasn't going to be king, which would have been the most boring way to go if he was king.
I was dead set on my money was on someone's gonna kill Dany, and then to fill the power void, he's gonna proclaim himself Aegon Targaryen. He's gonna take the throne, and then it's gonna be...
That'd be so boring.
Yeah, he's gonna pick someone as his hand.
Yeah.
I was
props to them on it not being that boring.
Yeah.
I would say props to them on throwing me the curveball of Jon killing Dany.
Yeah. I did really like that moment a lot. I believed in his love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Props on Sansa. Actually, no props on Sansa. Sansa was just...
No props for you!
No, props for Arya and the scene that she has with Jon at the docks.
Yeah.
Where she's like, I'm not coming back. And John's like, well, what do you mean? She's like, I want to see what's west of Westeros. I mean... Westworld. Because that's what she is. That's why she turned down Gendry, who was at that meeting. Good for him, because he's Gendry Baratheon, as he rightly should be.
He got to say, like, one line, and he was like, I.
But still, he was there.
Yeah, he's important.
I like him.
I did too.
And then, yeah, because that's the whole thing.
Sansa's queen of North.
Because she's always wanted to be queen. Ever since the beginning, she wanted to marry a king and be a queen, because that was the whole thing of...
That is true, yeah.
That's why she fell so in love with Joffrey, because she was a prince. She's like, I could be queen
I just want
someday.
to wear the prettiest gowns.
And to be fair, this is such a pretty gown she's wearing.
Yeah.
And it's a pretty badass like corset that she's wearing.
And the crown, it's like it folds into like a wolf head.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
It's pretty cool.
I mean,
I think Sansa was another character just kind of sidelined by everything that happened in this season.
It's so funny because as someone who hasn't read the books,
I'm not unhappy with like where she ends up. I'm like, but like, what was she? Yeah. What were you trying to do with her?
She was up in Winterfell yelling, "Told you so!"
Yeah. Like in the books, apparently, like the show, like the seasons of the show which had the books, they use Sansa more in the show, and then they do in the books. And apparently, like a lot of people love the way they've turned Sansa into a major character the further they got on. But now that they've made her such a major character and they don't have any more of George's stuff, it's like, oh shit! Now we have this huge thing we have to handle that we weren't ready for, and they completely mishandled this last few seasons.
Sansa is... Well, the thing about Sansa in the books is that the books... have you read any of the books?
I read the first one.
Okay.
I got it signed by George Railroad Martin.
You did?
My mom got it for my birthday.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
No, but how... Sparkz, have you read the books?
I've read 2.
Okay.
Nice.
So you guys know that, and for those of you who don't, in the books, like Game of Thrones and Clash of Kings, the chapters are just the names of the perspective of the character. Like, there's no chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3. There's none of that. It's just... Like, the first chapter is Eddard in A Game of Thrones. Besides, there's a prologue, and then there's Eddard, then there's Tyrion, then
Bran, Tyrion, yeah.
You get all the major characters you need. So, in the books, Sansa is kind of, she doesn't get a lot, as far as I can remember, she doesn't get a lot of main chapters. But seeing her, because in the first few seasons, I didn't really like Sansa all that much. Later on, I'm like, no, Sansa's kind of kick ass.
Yeah.
I mean, the meme, I wanted to make the meme Sad Times Sansa, because every time something good happens to her, 3 horrible things take their place.
She definitely started to like really improve like the middle of the show, and then like 5 and 6, I'm like, yeah, all right, and then it's like, oh, here we are.
Yeah.
No me gusta.
Yeah.
Sansa's queen. John's wild man.
Queen in the North.
Queen of the North. John's free folk in it. He's gonna find himself a nice free folk lady. Have some free folk kids.
Or he just doesn't care. Which I kind of like then that the
John's got to be the best dad. He has to have kids. He's gonna be the best daddy.
I don't know. I don't know.
He's had some pretty brutal love lives.
Yeah, but now like the world is like
peaceful. He could take no wife.
He and Tormund could just be hetero life mates.
He's up in the north. He's beyond the wall. I think the whole because he turns around, you can see the wall closing behind him and the rest of the free folk on the north side of the wall. I think that's him thinking is like, okay, yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah,
I think that's like the wall and everyone's saying is like just stay up here. We're not going to bother you, and we're not going to come after you. Just chill out on north of the wall.
Like, who's even
no
left?
one cares.
Like, there's like 7 people in the Night's watching it, right? Like, they have to rebuild. I don't think they care about Jon Snow.
No.
John, do what you want. You save the world.
Don't they have to, like, wait for this very long winter to pass?
Isn't it ending?
Isn't it dangerous? I thought it was supposed to be, like, the longest winter they've had in
They
forever.
killed the Night King, isn't?
Yeah.
Does a cat have thrown a hairball? A cat throwing a hairball. It's kind of...
No, she's fine. She's just
fine?
sneezing.
Okay. I thought the Night King was the winter.
I mean, like, it was the metaphor for it, but, like, they were saying, like, seasonally, like, it was the longer the summer,
the
longer the winter, and it was a long summer, so regardless of the Night King, shouldn't there be a long winter?
I don't know.
Is
magic's
not
around
north?
anymore? Who knows?
I feel like the whole winter is coming thing never really paid off, and bad on you, HBO, for that.
Yeah.
Bad on you.
And we live in LA. We don't have
And
seasons.
I'm not even talking about specifically on the Night King. I just mean, like, there was a lot less snow in winter than I was promised.
Yeah. We wanted more snow, damn it. Even though we got a lot of Jon Snow.
That was the end of the show.
That's the end of Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
That's kind of...
Like, you see Arya on a ship going west. You see Sansa get crowned Queen in the North. You see Jon go north of the wall and into the trees with
Bronn's arguing about brothels.
And everyone,
classic Bronn.
Everyone and Brienne's like, maybe we should not and spend money on ships instead.
Yeah.
And then Tyrion's like, I once brought a jackass and a honeycomb into a brothel.
Oh, good times.
He's just reminiscing, which I was like, kind of bummed because I forgot what season it was. But Tyrion says, I want to open a vineyard. If I wasn't Hand of the Queen, I would open a vineyard.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, you open that vineyard, Tyrion. You just let Daenerys take over, let Daenerys win the throne. Just like retire.
It's like a slave hand.
And you open that vineyard.
Yeah.
Nope, never mind.
So yes, this is the last of Game of Thrones. There are like 3 other shows in the works. There's definitely a prequel show that's happening.
There is. There's no such thing as a sequel.
There are still
show
2
out,
books coming.
Yes.
Yeah.
Probably better written than this.
Hey, not probably. Definitely.
Definitely.
Definitely. Yeah. This, again, like we've talked about in the last couple episodes, like if this is the path that George is taking, he just takes his sweet time with it, that's okay. That's fine.
Yeah, I like, again, almost all the choices, still not a fan of how Cersei dies.
Yeah.
Almost, or how many people don't die in the Long Night. Almost all the choices that happen. I'm not against the choices. I just don't like the execution or how fast we go through them.
Yeah.
It's accelerated to an insane degree.
We rush so fast through Dany's whole arc. I mean, she's dead so fast after becoming the Mad Queen, and I'm like,
so
I've got whiplash.
Episode 3 was the Long Night, right?
Yeah.
So 3, 4, 5, and 6, we lose all of our major villains. We lose our main character, Dany. And then, like, that's the resolution. That's like 4 hours of this entire show, and all of it ends. It's like that's like the most endgame of endgames.
Which it wouldn't be so much of a problem if at least some of the character development prior to that had been front loaded more before the events of the Long Night or the other stuff happened.
Yeah.
Again, like the Long Night could have been episode 2. We could have had a whole extra episode in there about the time when Cersei was still alive and what was happening with Dany, or even after Cersei's death.
Even it's funny because it's like the writers themselves knew what they were writing with Tyrion talking to Jon, and like when he's like, she burned all the masters and we all cheered for her, and we like killed all the slavers and people cheered for her, and then she did this, and it's even like they were like, yeah, this was really fast. It's like they themselves are telling us we know this was fast.
Yeah.
But I still think that was a really good scene. I'm like, if we're here, we're here, and this is how it ends. I'm not mad at it.
Also, I think the time of John and Danny, while the actors like play it really well, John and Danny's love story, especially for how painfully tragic it's supposed to be in the end of it, is rushed.
Yeah.
They got together at the end of season 7.
Yeah.
We get generously we get 4 episodes of that.
Yeah.
And I'm cutting down all the time from this episode that she's not even alive, and most of the time of the long night where they're not around each other and there's no emotional development happening.
She's gone within like the first 30 minutes of this episode, right? Like it's real fast.
Yeah.
Like the first 40, I want to
It's
say,
crazy.
is where she gets stabbed.
Excuse me. Yeah. Yeah. Again, like they're like How I Met Your Mother and Dexter and some other shows. Like this is definitely not the worst ending. If it ended with last week's episode, I'd be having a riot maybe.
Or if it ended with John on the throne.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like I'm glad. Maybe because my expectations have just been driven so low over the last couple of weeks. Like I'm whelmed.
And
I'm satisfied.
It's kind of a bummer.
I'm not mad.
It's kind of a bummer because Game of Thrones has been so good.
Yep.
For
I would say the 6 seasons have. I would say it's almost
6
pure
seasons we
quality.
had, the books
really.
were great.
Yeah.
7 kind of tears here and there, but
It was fast.
7
You felt
was,
it.
7. I loved the battle up north of the wall.
Yeah, like the battle of like Hardhome.
Yeah.
That one?
No, that was season. That was later. That
Okay.
was before. I'm talking the battle between where they try to
The
go
Avengers. The
Yeah.
Avengers fighting all
Yeah.
the White Walkers.
Oh yeah.
or like
Is that where the icy dragon happens?
Yeah.
yeah, where Viserion death, where we get our first big dragon death.
Yeah.
And
Hey, real quick, plot hole. So all those White Walkers went into the water to chain up the dragon, right? So they're fine in underwater, right? So couldn't they just?
No, they couldn't come back.
They couldn't come back.
No, they put the chains on, but they stayed down there.
Oh, did they? Okay, I messed up.
I'm assuming.
I just thought they just took.
They never showed. They were
Okay.
just already chained
Because
on
like
the dragon.
their whole
and they're
thing was
pulling
that
it out.
White Walkers can't swim or go underwater, but like they spent the whole episode chaining a dragon underwater.
I would think it's like Pirates of the Caribbean where they can be underwater. They just have to walk, but they can't really jump and swim up.
So then, do you see what I'm saying though? There's the
Yeah.
plot of like we have to go somewhere with water.
But then if you're thinking about the Iron Islands are practically vertical.
Mm-hmm.
So if you just like guard or
But they didn't even chase them in the boats when they were leaving Hardhome.
True, they weren't.
I'm just that's something that
Anyway,
I thought of.
hey, what was the Lord of Light's plan?
Oh
Anybody know?
that doesn't do
Because the Lord of Light like gives people power and keeps people alive.
Melisandre
for
just like rips off.
unbeknownst purposes.
Honestly, the Lord of
Seriously,
Light-
Melisandre just rips off her thing and just dies for no
The Lord of
reason.
Light stuff again. Like at the end of the season or the end of the show, magic's basically gone. Like for all intents and purposes, the dragons are gone, the White Walkers are gone, Melisandre's gone, who is one of the strongest of the priest people or whatever.
Oh, the
so
Lord of Light.
to me, the Lord of Light stuff only deals with the magic shit, and we're done with that. So who even cares? And that sucks because I was definitely looking forward to some type of payoff. Because like Beric was there to protect Arya until she can kill the Night King, and now that's done. So all that magic stuff is worthless. So your question does not have an answer. It's not going to get an answer.
Cool.
Putting on sunglasses. Thanks, Stevie.
Unless George R. Martin does it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This actually, sorry, I was going to say and I forgot. This actually is making me really excited to read the books now. Because like if
Me
this is
too in 10 years.
Yeah.
farts. Oh my god.
Well,
That's funny.
I'm right in the middle of book 2, so I got what 4 more to go, 3 more to go.
You got so much time.
I got
It's
a
not even
lot
funny.
of.
Dude,
those books are super thick too. Holy crap!
I can't guarantee that the next show will be out before the next book, but the next show will be out before the last book is out. Because there are 2 books left, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, that spin-off show will be out before that second book is out.
and we're for sure the spinoff is a prequel.
I believe one of them is for sure a prequel.
Okay.
Yo, if there is a sequel, I don't want it. I want the like modern day Game of Thrones thing that they
You guys
made
watched
that fake video about.
Avatar and Korra, right?
Yes.
I wouldn't go that far, but would you do like 100-year time jump where like
I would.
it's drastically different and it's like
I
the
would.
suns and grand?
I'd go massively far into the
like
future.
okay.
Like modern day.
I
Our modern day.
I don't
version?
actually want. You actually want modern day Game of Thrones?
Honestly, like that YouTube video,
It was
like,
awesome.
Yeah.
That's a cool idea.
It
You
is.
know what it reminds me a lot of? It reminds me a lot of the nobody's seen this, but the NBC show Kings.
Yeah, it does.
Which is like this David and Goliath story, but reinterpreted
Ian
as though
McShane
it happens
in that
during
show?
He was.
as
He
though it
was the
happens
king.
during modern day. And if you did that kind of same feel with Game of Thrones in the modern day, I'm like, yeah, do it.
What if it's Arya's journey, and it's just like no, I don't want that. I want it to be in the future too.
Yeah.
I don't know what I want. I don't know what I want with a Game of Thrones future.
I don't know what I want either.
I don't know if I want.
I don't know what I want to see Jon. I don't know what I want to happen to Jon.
If George isn't involved,
it's weird because this ending, it's like for all the characters and for what we've gotten. I mean, yeah, there are some things that I don't like, but as a grand whole, I'm not like, all right.
I don't need that.
I'm not mad about it. I'm like, okay, I can. Yeah. I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
I'm satisfied.
Yeah.
They did say it's not a happy ending. Well,
it's pretty happy.
Some people got what they wanted. A lot of people didn't get what they wanted.
All the good characters ended up okay. Tyrion's like fine. Tyrion's like he gets to like play the game like he loved. Jon gets to do what he wants. Sansa gets to be the queen. Arya gets. Everyone's actually. This is a very happy ending.
Like really, Jon kind of gets
except
for
the tragedy of killing Dany.
Except for the bad
Dany
guys.
was like your number one character through the series, which I get if she was.
Yeah. I'm sorry if she was, because
at times she was for me as well.
Yeah, I was a big fan. Actually, I was when I was driving over here today, I was thinking because do you guys remember the game Final Fantasy Tactics Advance?
I do. Nope.
Okay, well you do.
I do.
No, well in that game you can name your clan, which is like your party of characters, and I just restarted a new file, and this was like right in the middle.
What is it on Game Boy Advance? Or?
Yeah, Game Boy Advance.
Yeah.
And I named my clan Targaryen.
Targaryen's a dope ass name.
Because I was like fire and blood, baby. I was all about those dragons.
And I gotta tell you, now that we're here, there's a game called Mountain Blade Warband, and you become a king, and you can take over lands, and you have like giant warfare strategy stuff. And last time I played the game, I picked Stannis because I was a Stannis stan for life. Baratheon boys for life, baby.
You were full Baratheon.
And now I'm like, oh, I can just play this game as a Targaryen and take over the world. That's a totally fun way to play that game. There aren't any dragons, unfortunately, but I'm gonna be a Targaryen now.
All right,
that's cool. Yeah. So that's Game of Thrones, man.
Yeah.
That's over.
Targaryens are gone.
The Iron Throne is gone.
The Iron Throne's gone.
Rip.
Screw that uncomfortable chair.
Blech.
Screw it.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel?
I feel I'm okay. I definitely, like I said, like if last week's episode ended, like I would have had some problems. But I'm perfectly whelmed. Like it could have been way worse. I'm just glad it wasn't.
Yeah.
I kind of feel I want to watch it from the very beginning again, just to. I don't know. I just want to watch it from all 8 seasons.
I do wonder.
That's what I basically did.
I know that's what you did beforehand, but I feel like I want to do it again. And
that's funny.
I especially start from the very, very beginning, because there are parts of like seasons 1 through 5 that I kind of forget a little bit.
Yeah.
And just go all the way through and just seeing how we got from there to here.
See, the thing is, I was just thinking like, oh wow, I wonder if you watch all the show from like all at once, you can actually see Dany's progression. But you did that.
Yeah,
and
you did.
I didn't watch all of them with you, but
You shared a great video called "Foreshadowing is Not Character Development."
It's a good video,
and let me tell you that is very accurate of this show, because they'll be like, "Well, we always knew," and we left these little nuggets, and I'm like, "That's awesome and everything." Foreshadowing's not character development; it doesn't explain a quick heel turn of a character.
Hell yeah.
Going against their own development and arc.
Mm-hmm.
You have to show the steps of that. You can't just be like, well, there's always been the hints, and it's like, great. Yeah, there's also always been hints that Anakin was evil. I was never entirely convinced in Revenge of the Sith that he'd just start killing younglings.
Younglings, Anakin.
Like, you don't, you jump from A to C, and you didn't show me B.
I brought this up to you guys, and I don't know if you guys are aware, listeners, also Fanny saying it right here. HBO gave these guys 10 seasons. They said, we will give you 10 seasons. And Benioff and Weiss said, we don't want that. We want 13... We want 2 seasons that are 13 episodes in total. And HBO's like, why? And they're like, the real reason is, we don't want to do this anymore because we're doing Star Wars soon, so we got to wrap this shit up. Which is, now I'm like, I kind of feel like that's exactly what happened. Because unlike George, they had a deadline. So they had to write these episodes no matter what.
Yeah.
And now they get to do Star Wars. So I'm like, they're winning. Those guys are winning.
The work does kind of feel rushed.
It's 100% rushed.
It does. That's the biggest problem. Is that they did not take their time.
And they could have. Like, they were given the opportunity.
In a show that has always taken its time.
Yeah.
These last 2 seasons did not. Specifically this last season.
Well, even the gap between season 7 and 8, it was a year and a half.
And let's be honest, they're not full seasons. Even though they're like 20 minutes longer than regular episodes, these are basically half seasons almost.
Yeah.
With how fast and how little...
Especially season 8, which has just been... I kept telling myself, it's like, we only have 6 of these.
Yeah,
like,
that's a bummer.
Like season 7, I'll forgive, because most of those episodes are an hour and a half long. Mm-hmm. And there's good stuff. There's a lot of good stuff in there. But then this one, it's like... development,
Yeah.
big action scene, development, another big action scene, wrap it all up with a bow.
When you're funny, like thinking back when we first started, like, yeah, man, all the setup. We have no more episodes left. Like, we're done. Wow, we blinked and we're done.
Mm-hmm.
Like, wow, I wish there was 10 seasons.
I wish there was at least 10 episodes in the season. I feel like just a few more episodes in the season to flesh this stuff out and let it actually breathe would have left a lot of people more satisfied.
2 hour-and-a-half episodes. That's 3 hours. I think 3 hours for me probably would have been plenty of time to see Danny go a little crazier. Because again, like we've said it,
and not feel like so many of the side characters, their arcs were just kind of shoved to the like, oh, address it just in the scene real quick because we don't have time. You know, here's Sansa's thing. We can't do a lot with her, so just have her not like Danny.
Yeah.
Okay, we're done. Don't do anything interesting with Bran.
Cersei.
Okay, we're done.
Brienne
needed Jaime's D, and now that's over, and that's done. Make Tormund go to the north. Get Gilly out of here. She's pregnant.
All this.
Oh yeah, where does Gilly go?
With Sam.
I assume so.
Where does he live? Old Town? Where does he live?
he's in King's Landing. He's the
oh.
Grand Maester of King's Landing. Cause
But that's the attitude. Is like, you know,
where
we don't have time for that. Get that character out of here.
Yeah.
She's living with Sam. Go away.
Yeah. I think that'll do it. I think that'll do it. I think we talked about enough because I don't want to be more negative, and like I think I've been pretty positive. I am pretty happy with this episode.
I like the choices. I just wish that we'd done more to get there. And
choices good, execution bad,
and earned those choices.
And again,
we kind of didn't, and so I'm like, oh, that's you tripped up the ending of this. That's all right.
We talked about it a lot last week. We haven't really brought it up. This show still looks incredible.
Yeah,
like the production design,
acting is never the problem.
Acting, everything. That's not the story in the script. It's like, man, you guys are firing on all cylinders, and like
dragons look dope.
Especially the costume designs for like the final parts. Like everyone gets new outfits, and everyone looks really cool. Sansa looks awesome. Mm-hmm. Danny was in her super dope Conqueror robe for 20 minutes. That was really sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a shot of her walking up and the wings flat.
Still, that GIF will like.
I kind of want to just like take a screenshot of that and use it as my phone background.
It's on Twitter, baby.
Sweet.
I do think it's really sad that this is where Danny ends up after where we started with her. I think this is sad that that's the ending. But I think that's good as a story point that's very tragic.
Yeah.
I just wish I felt for it more because I don't.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't feel like it was earned for me to be there along for the ride. To feel the sadness, I want to feel because I kind of feel like the character is a little not the same person that I followed.
When she's talking to John and she's like, you know, I never used to be able to like to count to 1,000. You know, like I was a girl who could barely count to 20, and I was a slave. And I'm like, oh right, you were this young girl with a dream, and you weren't supposed to be this who you become. And I'm just like, it is tragic, and I wish we had more time. We need more time.
I wanted to be more in the moment emotionally.
Because if we had a couple more scenes like that between John and Danny and stuff I really liked, then again, I really would have bought it. But like one good scene is not going to save it.
After the events of last episode, we all knew Danny was going to die. We all knew it.
Yeah.
And for me, like the shock factor was how soon it happened. I was expecting it was going to be in like the last third of the episode, not in the first of Danny dying.
It's a weird like future setup episode for a show that's not happening.
Yeah, but. I mean, I would have loved 2 more seasons of Danny on the throne. Maybe her becoming the Mad Queen. Seeing, like, her rebuilding Westeros into something greater. And then she starts hearing, like, the Isle of Noth be like, yo, there's still a whole bunch of slavers down there. And she's like, hey, maybe we should liberate it. And then Tyrion and everyone else is like, hey, don't. Yeah. You're the Queen of Westeros. Stay here. Don't be a world tyrant. Because you can tell in this episode... She was becoming what she was trying to destroy. Yeah. She become the villain. She doesn't die the hero. She lives long enough to see herself become the villain, but she doesn't know that Batman. And like the second
fights for family and lives for love.
Yeah. The second she looks at Jon Snow and says, "I know what's good." Well, what about the people who think they do good too? And she's like, "Oh, they don't have a choice." It's like.
She even almost has crazy eyes. Like
she does.
It's me, I'm Crazy Danny.
I don't think we needed 2 seasons of that, but I
at least one more.
No,
I agree with you that just some more episodes to pad a lot of the development of what happened with these characters.
Yeah. Yes.
Overall, for this season, for this series, I don't feel a lot of the choices were earned, even though I agree with them. Cersei went out the way in a lame way. Could have been better. The Long Night was utterly disappointing.
True statements. Yeah. So yeah, before we
Actors were great though.
yeah. Again, everything besides like the story stuff was amazing, and that's always been like Game of Thrones has always been. That's why it's so popular. Like it's a top 10 on every category of acting, music, cinematography, all of it. And then unfortunately, when George leaves the room, everyone's like, "Oh shit, we gotta write good now," and they don't.
I saw this great thing that said. Right as if David Benioff and D.B. Weiss were going to finish your story.
Are going to finish your story for you, yeah.
That's so sad.
That's kind of messed up.
Yeah.
It's kind of messed up.
So, that will do it for the night's watch. Our watch has ended.
Our watch has ended.
Watch has ended.
I don't know. Is there like a thing they do?
No, it's not. It's just they just all standard.
Do you want to just dab?
No.
What's the Hulk say? Stay green.
Stay green. Dab.
Listen to your mother.
If I could melt into this couch, I would.
You love that.
We'll get Drogon in here.
No, I don't.
All right, so that'll do it for the Fake Nerds Watch.
Yeah.
Talking about Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones
Thanks for
edition.
doing this with us.
In 2 weeks, we'll be back to talk about DC Universe's Swamp Thing.
Swamp Thing!
Yeah. He has a Swamp Thing tattoo.
Guys, Swamp Thing is so great, and I'm going to be really bummed that the show's not good.
Oh, man.
Oh, boy.
This show's not good. I'm going to be sad for you.
So we'll be back to talk about that, and that's, I believe, a 10-episode season. So
it was going to be 13,
we'll run
but...
with that.
Nope.
Yikes.
Oh,
So we'll run with that for about 10 weeks. So
Yeah.
catch up on that. But we'll be gone for a little while. Watch our other things on YouTube. You guys do Basement Arcade.
Shadow of the
Our
Colossus.
podcast episodes show up here. They also show up on our iTunes,
Spotify.
all those feeds. Pavemedia.net to /Fake Nerd Podcast to check that out. Check out anywhere for the Fake Nerd Podcast. Listen.
Just type in Fake Nerd
subscribe.
Podcast. We're everywhere.
Yeah.
Listen here, rate, review, all that good stuff.
5 stars plus like, subscribe, all that bullshit.
You are Ryan Eliopoulos, and they can find you.
I am Ryan Leopoulos, and they can
You
find
are.
me at DJ Tony Snark and everything. Just type in that name.
Yeah.
And you are Ben Magnet. They
I
can
am.
find you.
At BenMagnet27 on Instagram and Twitter.
And I am Sparkz Witty, and you can find me at Sparkz Witty on Instagram. And that will do it.
Oh.
So
Yeah.
until next time,
Valor Margolis.
our watch has ended.
Oh,
Yeah,
rip. Bit.
Winter has ended.
What is it? Rotten Hell? What is it?
Burn in
Hell.
hell.
Burn in Hell!
BIH!
BH!
Stay fake nerds.